Henry here is actually the original owner and the developer of Foothills Nurseries many, many years ago.
The first piece of land was bought in 1970, and I joined Henry in 1971.
That is 53 years ago that Henry started this farm, and Arnold was there at the beginning.
You were a young man then, right?
Yeah, I could do anything and everything.
I think of Henry coming here as a young guy in the 1960s.
I came from the Netherlands.
And what were you trained in as a young man in the Netherlands? Besides milking cows, I mean. You did horticulture, did you not?
Yes.
Being from the Netherlands as a farm boy, learning how to grow trees into a prairie climate is not a simple job.
When Henry came here, yards were like 2 trees, grass.
There wasn't nurseries as we have them today.
At first we did a lot of things the hard way. We had no equipment, and equipment was not readily available because the industry was so small here.
You used to go to Innisfail at 4 or 5 in the morning with a little hand sod cutter and cut your sod and load it, come back to Calgary and lay sod.
We had to find plant material from far and wide. You know, we brought material in from Saskatchewan, Manitoba, BC. Some of it came from the US, just for lining out stock to even fill the field, because locally there was very little produced.
Whatever they could find and growing and see what worked and see what didn't, and kind of on-the-job training, and it was incredible.
Oh, there has been many a day that we wonder how it was going to work. And you know, a nursery is not something that you can forget, or a plant that you can forget. It's like having a little baby in the house that needs constant attention.
When I think about Henry, the word that comes to mind is discipline.
I remember in the first few years that we were on the Shepherd farm, I measured one year 5 inches of rain for the summer.
He never quits. He's got everything figured out and he's going to get it done no matter what obstacles he comes against.
Those men in another time, 53 years ago, began the job, began the work, began the investment to build what we have today as Foothills Nurseries.
Not only that, but you were involved with the horticulture trade in a big way, like nationwide. You helped do NAFTA, liaison for Canada in that free trade agreement. Canadian Nursery Trades Association, you're involved heavily with that. And also Landscape Alberta and Olds College. You were part of Olds College in a big way.
When I think of how much of a foundation they have laid, it really is literally quite overwhelming. If I think of having to do that on my own, I don't know how that would even be possible.
I met you in 1981.
We've got roads, we've got irrigation, we've got fencing, we've got a beautiful layout, we've got heritage trees, all due to these guys.
Dad and I, we did lots of stuff together. I was kind of handy, and you figured, hey, we got along pretty good, didn't we?
Yes.
We got along really good, actually. We worked well together. We have the same personality, I would say, and the same work ethic.
When I look at any of our crane trucks, I look at tons of our tools, I look at almost anything smart that's working on our farm, I think of Blair.
And we worked together long hours, Dad. Everybody else was at home, but we were still working, right?
That is very true.
The idea of a pioneer being somebody that knows their life is going to be hard and challenging and not as comfortable as it could be. But they have a vision, they have a plan that they're looking ahead for a future that is better than they have right now. And they're willing to put in the work, put in the effort, put in the investment for a future that they vision and see and no is possible.
Honest to God, you never said no to anything, and I've seen it where other people wouldn't even know how to get that done, but we used to go do it anyway.
I think the success of the nursery was also what we often forget is the employees we had. Sometimes make my job easy, make me look good, but they were a very dedicated bunch of people.
Myself personally feel so privileged to be able to take what Henry and Arnold and Blair have built and invested and to take that into the future.
Getting old is not really a fun game, is it?
You're right.
You know, that's the way we are. You're a little older than me, you know, so I'm coming. I'm not far behind you. I'm coming. I don't want to rush it though. I'm just not being honest.
Okay.
I'm trying not to rush it, so we're going to take it slow that way.
That's a good plan.
It's a good plan, yes.